ready, Jane?
I'm ready.
Okay.
응답하라 여친. Go to the into the shit.
Back to the gung to the Jew. Hey. Do you like my hat?
I love it. It says 대박.
대박. In the English translation in the back, it says big hit. But I don't think that's
Oh
fair.
yeah.
That's not an accurate translation. 대박 is more like.
But it
I'm
is
the
like
shit.
it's literally 대박. It's like literally big hit, right?
that is true. But like the essence of 대박 is like when do we say it? Like wow, 대박.
Oh wow. It's like no way. Is
like
it?
Fucking like awesome.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
kind of
It's like
vibe.
an exclamation.
Yeah.
Usually about something good,
Yeah,
right?
something
or 대박.
good.
Yeah.
Usually like
대박이다.
that's the shit. Like,
yeah.
That's the energy.
Koreans
Anyways.
with their literal translations. Oh, quick tangent. When we lived in Michigan, University of Michigan phrase is "Go Blue," because they're the maize and blue.
Oh,
They're
okay.
So "Go Blue." And one time I bought Ben a Michigan shirt, but it was in Korean.
What?
It said "Bluro idong." Bluro idong.
How do you even get a shirt like that?
I don't know. I'm like, they could have literally just said "Go Blue."
Where did you buy it?
It's somewhere in Ann Arbor in one of those, shops.
Oh my god, that's so funny though.
I know.
So
but
literal.
Like is so literal, so bad.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's so hilarious.
That's what that reminds me of.
That's why I like seeing when I'm watching K-drama, I want to see the translations, not because I need it, but I want to see
the translations are getting, I guess they're getting better.
They're getting
better, and it's less literal. It's more of the essence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I think is the way they should go about. But sometimes they do it literal and it's horrible.
Yes. Well, sometimes it's too not literal, and then I can't catch the story because I saw the translation and I'm like, that's not what they said.
Yeah.
That's a different meaning. And then I'm thinking, oh, how is this? Then I get like way too meta.
Yeah.
And I'm like, somebody who doesn't understand Korean is not gonna get the essence of this scene.
Oh my god, I can't believe you just said
is that very
way too
geeky?
meta. I love it.
Sometimes I grew up watching Korean drama with my parents who once the subtitles wasn't always a thing.
Oh no. We didn't have subtitles.
So when it started becoming a thing, like on broadcast, and my dad would always complain about the subtitles.
Really?
Like 잘못했다고, the translations. Yeah, and I've become that person now.
You know, it's funny. I now watch everything with subtitles, even
everything,
English shows.
everything.
I'm like, what did they say? Especially the British shows.
Accessibility. In the name of access, I cannot watch a movie with no subtitles.
Now I'm like obsessed. I'm like, I need to know every word that was said, and I didn't catch it. What?
But my kids like it too.
Oh,
we started watching Young Sheldon on Netflix as a family.
Wow. Did you watch the old Sheldon?
No. The Big Bang Theory?
Yeah.
No. But you don't really need to.
I hate that show. I can't believe what you're watching.
Okay, so Young Sheldon is like, it's set in the 80s.
Okay.
And it's about
and that kid is cute,
Sheldon the kid is very cute, but when he's growing up. So I don't think I would have enjoyed Big Bang Theory, but
I hate that show.
My mom loves Big Bang Theory, and
Who does?
My mom, and she loves Young Sheldon.
Okay.
And I was like, okay. She's like, that show is so funny. And so we started watching it as a family.
That's cute.
Our Netflix settings didn't have the subtitles. And as I'm watching it, I'm like, something's weird. Something's off.
Yeah, now we need it. Like I wanna see it.
So I turned it on, and then like everybody was like, like, okay, now we can watch.
You guys were all little like, what is this like it's making you nervous, anxiety.
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah.
Oh, so I got this hat in Korea.
Yeah.
And this is the outfit I wore in Korea. That got death stares. I had death stares.
Okay, it's like a cropped athleisure.
It is an athleisure top.
Sports bra top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it literally like.
And there's a cute bag.
Okay,
do you wear it for tennis?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I do wear it for tennis.
And I can see like in Korea,
but
you're walking.
It's literally like a black tank top.
Yeah, it's just a black tank top.
It mostly covers, but shows a little bit of the back side. And oh my god, this is the outfit that had Korean men and ajumas nearly dying because they were twisting their necks so hard to be like to turn back to see me. And
you noticed this.
Yes, and I knew, you know what? I knew it was going to be controversial.
Oh.
I just, there was these like TikTok videos of the young people saying like, Korean people are with it now. They don't care. I'm like, bitch, no. Like, they don't care.
Yeah.
if you're a skinny 20-something-year-old with not a sliver of fat on your body and you look hella good, they'll be like, respect. They'll go about their merry way. But if you are a grown 40-year-old woman like me with some rolls sticking out
and pink hair,
they'll be like, so I feel like the death stares were not because I was showing skin, but it was like, how dare you show fat?
Oh my gosh.
That's what I felt they were.
Yeah.
And I did not fucking care.
Yeah, good for you.
I did not fucking care, Jay.
Yeah.
Because you know why? One, it was technical. I came from Vietnam and we didn't have any clean clothes left.
Yeah.
And this was like the only thing I had left. And it was hot. So I'm like, you know what? And the pants are breezy, like Vietnam pants. So I'm like,
you got those in Vietnam?
No, but
okay.
But they have the Vietnam vibe, right?
Yes,
like breezy. I was like, I don't give a fuck. So I walked around like this, and my friend was like, oh my God, that man's looking at you. That woman's looking at you. I'm like, I give zero fucks.
Oh my gosh.
But I genuinely, but I didn't even mind them staring, honestly, because I expected it. So expectations, really, I knew I was going to get judged, but I did not care. Because one, I don't think I'm being disrespectful. So that's important to me. I don't want to be disrespectful. Two, it's their judgment about fat. It's not about my skin. So that makes it like, for me, like, like I'm not I'm not being disrespectful. You know, three, I'm tired. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. So yeah, I walked around like this. Yeah. And it was my let it go outfit. Yeah. I do not give a fuck. You can judge me all that you want. I do not care. So
good for you. Like, speaking of letting go, I think I learned this week that I am slowly letting go. In my parenting,
I've told you that, and I've given you mad. Yes.
Oh, you have noticed it about me, or
no?
Only from when I talked to you.
No, I have noticed it. Yeah. I mean, I think, you know what? I think parenting makes you.
You have to. You have to. Yeah. So I've been so busy the last few weeks that I've fallen off of like being on top of the kids. Yeah. Like with school stuff. And so today is their science fair. And they each wanted to submit a science project. Wow. And normally I'm very engaged and involved from the conception to the final product.
You are so into it. You are that mom, yes.
Because I had that mom. And, you know, that was what
Those
was modeled
big
for
shoes
me.
To fill.
It is very big shoes to fill.
Do you feel that pressure?
No, so like a little bit. Okay. But also, you know, I think I'm several notches below what my mom did. I mean, she put a lot of pressure on herself.
That's incredible that she was so into it back in the day.
I don't know, but I think it's because she was that kind of a student too. Wow. Yeah. So even though she was like a full-time working mom, she was always that way, and it was just like way too much energy. So I'm like, I know myself, I can't expend that much energy, but still, like, I was very engaged. So I the kids, my son, he wanted to do a group project with this science project. Okay.
That's the worst.
Yeah. They don't know that that's the worst yet because they have no experience. Right. But us, we grew up in the 90s, like group projects. Oh gosh.
Individual grading, please. Yes.
Neither of these parents are texting me or starting any kind of communication chain about how are we going to get these kids together to do their, you know, so weeks go by. And I'm like, hey, you guys know what you're doing? They're like, yeah, we're going to build a catapult. I'm like, okay, when are you going to meet up? And they're like, oh, we're going to meet at, you know, so-and-so's house after school. So I pick him up.
Of course they picked the most, like, you know, obscenely hard-sounding project to catapult.
Right. They're like, it's going to be like an engineering project. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, you just let me know what materials you need. And I'm really trying to be hands-off, right? Now it's the week of the fair and they haven't started on anything.
Oh my
So I'm
God.
like, I really don't want to do this, but let me get a text chain going. And I said, hey, I don't know if you've heard, but the kids want to do a group thing. So
you have these parents' numbers already. You know them.
Yes.
Wow.
So I said they can come over to our house and I'll, you know, they can work on it at our house like tomorrow and the next day. And
are you friends with these parents?
I mean, we're more like acquaintances.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And one parent I didn't know, so I had to look up her number in the school directory.
Okay.
Anyways, they came to our house, 2 days this week.
The kids. All the kids.
Mm-hmm. And like they are so not stressed. They don't. They made this catapult, and I looked at it with wide eyes and a poker face because I was like, "What is that?" I said, "This is just your prototype, right?" So I was like, "What other materials?" I said, "Are you done?" That took 10 minutes. It took 10 minutes. No wonder they were so unbothered about getting it. They're like, "We're gonna get it done."
Does it work?
It does work.
Hey!
And they even tweaked it, right? They tweaked it because, like, we need a stronger rubber band here, and like the trajectory's not. Yeah,
you don't gotta worry about nothing.
So it's kind of like janky, wobbly, and anyways,
so
I had such a busy.
Did you get involved?
No, I did not get involved.
Wow!
All I did was help set the laptop for them, the computer for them, because then they got to type out, what they did, how they did it, and they literally, and I helped them print it out, and they have to put it on the board now, like the trifold board. One, they had glued it already, and it said, it was like a placeholder text, they were like. The paper said about the trifold, and then in the body it said talk about how we made it here. Like it
and you let them just
no.
Oh,
that one I was like, oh hey, I think this one you guys didn't mean to. I think this one's unfinished. So just and then they're like tearing it off, like inside. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like not to my standard, but whatever. Yeah. Public school, like, and so today, because the science fair is always around the same time of school year, I get my memories that pop up 3 years ago. Yeah. And man, when he was in first grade, we did an amazing science fair. But that's because, they needed a lot more support then.
They weren't doing shit.
Yeah. And I was like, oh my gosh, I have really let go. I have let it go.
I am proud of you. Are you proud of you?
I'm proud of me. I don't know if I'll be proud of them today when I go. Oh, gosh, because man, we'll see. We'll see when we go to the science fair and we see all these parent projects where the parents were way more involved. But
that's so funny because
I did have a moment where I'm like, you did good, and I didn't insert myself too much.
I'm like the opposite. I try to push my kids to do less.
Oh. I was going to say, you try to care more.
No. I'm like, why don't we just lower the bar? Yeah. For example, like Gavin has orchestra, right? Mm-hmm. And they said, we're all black, head to toe. Yeah. It has to be like professional looking pants. Da, da, da.
Yeah.
And I was like, does it? Why can't you wear these track pants that are like just black?
Yeah.
And like, nobody's going to know. Yeah. Like, Mom, they'll know. It has to be like iron. It has to be like professional pants. I'm like, okay. So then actually his dad got the whole outfit together. I didn't even lift up. I'm like,
good,
whatever.
Yeah.
So we go to the concert orchestra, and there's a girl, front row, in black jeans. I'm like,
and you can tell it's jeans.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. I'm like, see? Yeah. So after the concert, I'm like, there was a girl wearing black jeans, and I saw a number of other things. I was like, it's fine.
Did anybody wear like the black Adidas warm-ups?
No, that would have been my kid. Down. But I mean, I would have done the completely black. Okay, I would have at least done complete black joggers. Like no,
joggers are fine.
Yeah, but this girl was wearing. She was looking hip.
Okay,
she wore a black flare jeans.
Okay,
she looked cute, and I was like, and then there was a girl in sandals. I was like, I thought they said no open toe shoes.
Yeah,
I was like. There's a mess here and there. So then I said afterwards, I was like, so I saw a girl in black jeans. I think it would have been fine. Mm-hmm. And then he was like, no, Mom. No. He's a stickler, my son. And then, of course, my husband's like, yeah, she might have gotten docked points.
Dock points for what?
For because
your grade?
He's saying they emphasize.
Oh.
Yeah, they get graded on performance. And I'm like,
That is too funny.
Okay. I'm the one that's always like trying to be like I think you can use this paper instead. And he'll be like, no, it has to be on hard paper. It can't be flimsy. Like, I'm always the one that's just like, why don't we scale it back, bro?
Sure. Yeah.
And I'm always trying to do less. So my thing is to try to be more on my son's level of wanting to do more. And you're on like,
My kids really don't like they have zero idea what pressure is and what where my standards truly are.
You know, actually what's funny is that my kid, Gavin, I worry about him because he has no taste. When it out there looking like a homeschool kid. He doesn't brush his hair. His hair does this thing where it's like flat.
Yeah.
And we try to style it for him. He's like, I don't like it. I don't like gel. I don't like it.
Bennett does not like gel or anything.
We even bought this thing where you put the headband so it shapes.
Oh, yeah.
He refuses to do it. And like I'm like, he doesn't match. He's all about comfort. He's like, I don't like those pants. It's scratchy. I'm like, oh my God. And so sometimes I look at him and I'm like, how can this be my kid? Like, he looks so homely.
Oh, yeah, it's the stage.
No,
too.
Can I tell you that? Okay, no. He's like 12.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, but maybe like when he there will come a time. I think.
I don't know, Jane. He looking. Sometimes I'm like, I don't know him. No, this morning, and sometimes I worry about, like, I'm so happy that my kid. No, I'm not worried, but. He's so innocent.
Yeah.
And it's really good. I love that. I love that. But I don't think it's an issue. But I get worried that, like, you know those kids that grow fast and hard?
Yes,
they're just like, I'm like, oh, if they get a wind of this, I feel like they're going to pick on him. But so far, nothing. He gets along with everybody. Everybody really likes him. Yeah. He gets invited out by the cool kids. He doesn't want to hang out.
That's great. Mm-hmm.
But
he doesn't
this morning, this is so stupid. He was walking in circles in the living room. Okay. Right? And he had this goofy grin on his face. He's like, and he's just like in his world. What the fuck is, and I'm like watching him. He's like, he's just walking with this goofy grin. He's just walking in circles in the living room, like tiptoeing. Like, it's funny. And I'm like, hey, Gavin, what are you smiling about?
Yeah. You're in such a good mood.
I don't ever push the whole. I think white parents do this a lot. We're like, "Do you like somebody?" I know, right?
No, me either.
But I did think, like, he's 12. Like, what could he be thinking about? I'm like, is it a girl? But I'm not gonna ask that. Right? I'm just like, but I want him to tell me what he's thinking about. So I say, "Hey, Gavin, what are you smiling about?" And he keeps walking, and he goes, "A joke." And then I'm like,
"That's cute.
Tell me the joke." Yeah. And he goes, "It was about poop." Keep still walking in circles. I'm like, okay, poop.
A poop joke, yeah.
Okay.
Still likes bathroom humor.
All right. I'm like, you know what? I'm with it. Let me tell me the poop joke. And he goes, oh, I don't remember, but it was about poop. He's like freaking Dumb and Dumber here, walking around in circles in my living room. I'm like, I literally, for a split second, I'm like, is my kid dumb?
No.
But like, not dumb, but like, you know, developer dumb.
Yeah.
Like a nerd dumb. You know, he's like, Jane, he's walking around in circles thinking about poop at 12 years old.
It's okay. It's okay.
I mean, I would much rather have that.
Yes.
Than some kid that's like, you know, I don't know, trying to do shit.
I agree.
Right?
I agree.
So I thank my lucky stars, but there was a little bit of me. I'm like, oh, I hope he doesn't get bullied.
Oh no! I mean, Bennett is like that too.
Bed hair going on too.
Yeah, I mean, I think those are like good signs that they are just well adjusted and have a strong sense of self.
And they just get to be a kid.
Yeah, be a kid.
No pressure.
So we are entering like a different, like the next stage of parenthood, I think. Because Bennett started walking on some days after school, walking with his friends to the mini mart in the neighborhood.
Oh, yeah.
And at first I was shocked when he said, so my friends and I are going to go to the gas station and hang out. I'm like, what? I'm sorry, you're 10.
Yeah. That sounds really bad, right? Like, I mean, like, yes. Like,
yes.
But we're talking about a very like community-oriented area.
Yeah. So like they knew the route they were gonna take.
Yeah.
They're like, we're gonna go down this. I'm like, oh, okay, because there's that main road, and then they were gonna go through the neighborhood. They had to stop by a couple of the friends' houses to pick up their money.
Yeah. No, that is an amazing thing.
It was a nice and I think if obviously if I thought that was too much, or then I would have said no. But I do see kids that age doing that and hanging out with friends. So I just I said stick together in a group. I said there's lots of cars that tend to go fast. Don't talk to tricky adults. Stay together.
Yeah.
And then I only said yes because one of his friends has a watch, a GPS watch.
Oh, okay.
And so he can text his mom from there.
Okay.
And in Bennett's backpack, I have a little Bluetooth tracker.
Okay.
But after that, now we're contemplating, okay, it might be time to get him a watch or some kind of thing that we can, immediately
I will
text.
say, I don't know, like what I think this is a doctor that we both follow. But that's not
like
the
a
important.
psychologist, like a therapist.
They make those videos, and that is the thing that he encourages for
letting
kids go out there and explore.
You have to explore and experience and know that you can do that.
Yeah, and give them, instead of that's how you cut off pad time. And say, go out there, go walk with your friends, go talk with your friends. That's exactly
and
the
it's
thing.
very real world experience.
Yes.
Like I said, well, I picked him up from school. I said, well, I didn't bring any cash with me. He said, that's okay. I'm not going to eat anything. I was like, all right. So if you just want to hang out with your friends, go ahead. And then he said they're going to come back to the school after.
Yeah.
So I said, that's fine. And so I was kind of tracking him on my phone, and it had been about an hour and a half, and I said, oh, I'm just going to go and walk to meet him and just let him know, like, hey, you ready yet? And walk back with him. But he was already on his way walking. So we met halfway.
Yeah.
He was
doesn't
so
have a phone
happy.
Right now.
No phone.
Okay.
So happy. So his friend's mom texted him on his watch, like, oh, it's time to come back.
Yeah.
So Bennett figured it's time for me to go back too.
Yes.
So he was he was on his way walking home, and he would have been able to walk home by himself just fine. And I asked him, what did you do? And they said they went to the mini mart. They bought the Prime sports drink.
Oh, yeah.
They love that. So he said, we bought, my friend let me paid for me, and we also wanted candy, but he only had $10 and we didn't have enough. So so it's just kind of like that experience of learning that.
That's exactly what they say kids nowadays lack. And this is the prime example of what they want.
Yeah, and like experience that independence. Like I could just tell he was so happy and so proud that he could do that.
Yeah.
And so I'm like relieved, right?
Yeah.
And then he goes, we're going to do it again on Friday. I'm like, oh, God. Take it easy,
They've gotten a taste of it.
Yeah.
No, but that's exactly what they say the kids nowadays are missing out on. Because they're so glued to their pads, their phones, their computers, and they don't go out and do. That literally sounds to me, when you talked about what he was doing, it kind of reminded me of like the movie Goonies, when they're like all going out and doing stuff together. And it's whimsical.
Yes.
It's healthy.
And, it also gave him a point of relatability to his dad. Because Bennett said, oh, like, Appa, I remember you said that's what you did with your friends.
Aww,
so what gas station did you go and hang out?
sweet.
And what was the name of it? And, so it's nice that in 2024 that they are still able to enjoy a little bit of
and
that.
I will say this, like, you live in such a community-oriented place where you know a lot of your neighbors.
Yes. So I went to go pick up Bennett by myself because Ruby did not want to walk with me. So I said, okay, well, I'm going to go.
Yeah.
We're on our way back, and then I see Ruby walking. I'm like, and it took a moment to dawn on me. I'm like, what is she doing outside of the house walking to me? And it's just like a 7-minute walk to the school. But my neighbor was walking with her. And she said she knew where she was going, but, I just wanted to make sure. And
you live in such a wonderful neighborhood. That's the kind of thing that I think it's such a gift.
Yeah, it is really a gift. It's really a gift.
Because not everyone can do that, depending on where they live. And you have trusted neighbors. You have that's the whole saying, it takes a village, and you have the village.
Yeah.
That people are looking out for each other. I can do it to some degree, but there are literal bears.
Yes. Well, the configuration is a little bit different.
I'm in the fucking woods. Yes. The other day, we had a show where me and Adonis were just staring out at the door because this bear was trying to get into our compost. Just fucking fighting it. Oh my
gosh. You could have taken a video and sent it to King 5. Just send it to you could send it to the news station.
Oh, I was going to send it to you. But I have it, and we were just like in the thrall. I was like, oh my God, look at him go. Yeah. And we were having just the best time of our lives. Wow.
Did you eat like salmon or crab or something that was very smelly?
I tried it. So yard waste, I don't know. Is it good for the world to compost? I think so, right?
Well, in Seattle, we have separate compost bins.
Oh, okay. We don't. It's just yard waste. So you just compost.
Okay.
Wait, is your compost bin different?
No, I mean, it's
just a bin.
Yeah, but in your place, can you put food waste in the yard?
Yeah.
You can. Okay, so that is composting.
So that's why he was all in our business. But he was going to town. Did
he get some good stuff?
No, because we have trying to this open lock.
Oh,
we have.
It's a bear lock.
It's not a bear lock. My husband's so crafty. Those like what are those buckle things called? I don't know what they're called. It's like a latch. Metal latch, like for bikes or something.
Oh, like a carabiner kind of thing?
Why do they call it that?
I don't know.
Stupid name. So, the white people came up with that shit. Anyways, he locked that with two like
bungee cords.
Yeah. And that he made our own makeshift.
Oh, that's
because we had another one that was sort of, and then the bear broke it. That was like one that was made for, it wasn't the best thing.
Crows.
You have crows? That's your problem?
You guys don't have crows?
We have not something I would. We have
very
coyotes.
Aggressive.
We have bears. We
have coyotes too.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
you kind of live in a woodsy area too. Now that I think about it,
there's lots of There's there's like protected land. So there's coyotes there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, land that's
Can you believe that the cicadas out there?
Oh no, are they here?
No. But I just watched a video of this.
I can't.
Yeah,
I can't.
I can handle this way better.
Back in Michigan, my friends there, they've been like searching for the cicadas, and I'm like, no.
Searching?
Yeah.
Are they white people?
Yeah.
That's such a white people thing to
Koreans
do.
We're
gonna be searching for the
Koreans
cicadas.
would never.
Oh hell no! We would lock the doors and be like,
yeah.
bitch. No, actually, I saw an Asian woman TikToker. Her grandma caught them and fried them.
No,
she ate it. She said it was crunchy.
Really? Okay, I guess I can see.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
I just can't. Like their eyes are so big.
They're huge, right?
Yeah.
And I saw this girl make a TikTok. I felt genuinely. So she was crying in her car. She's like, "You guys, I'm just trying to get to my house," and she made. This is my makeshift head guard because the cicadas are out, and it was a grocery bag with a hole cut. And she's like ugly crying in the car. I just want to get into my door. I laugh so hard.
I would be so scared. They can come into the car with you.
And there's like
swarms of them.
Yeah, because I don't know, the cycles collided.
Yeah.
And all the cicadas are out this year.
Why does that happen so often though? It's like every time it happens, they're like first time in 228 years or something.
Yeah, it's like, doesn't it sound like we're all just gonna die?
The plagues.
Yeah, like is this what Moses and them were talking about? The
this
Pharaoh
is so
was like,
gross. But in Michigan, you have fish flies. That's what they're called, fish flies.
And that already sounds disgusting.
Oh my gosh! Like
what do they look like?
They're
fruit flies?
Huge.
They're huge.
Oh, and then they can chew on stuff. Like they can, like if
why are they called fish
they
flies?
They can chew textile. I think they all hatch like in water.
Ew, no.
I know. So if you go, like up north in Michigan or on the west side, like near the lake, they're really gross. They're kind of like dragonflies with like big wings, but yeah.
Oh, disgusting.
Yeah. And I just saw that it's like fish fly season.
Ugh.
Yeah.
You know, one time, because I live in the woods. I mean, this was weird. So it was clear to me, I was killing one fly, another fly, and it was like, I had swarms of like
in the outside.
No, inside our house.
Oh yeah.
So
they harbor
these flies, but these were not normal flies.
No, I believe. I know.
They were
what you're talking
huge.
About. Yes.
They're slow.
Yes.
They're like drunk, fat
They're
flies.
cluster flies that winter.
You know about this?
Yes, because our first summer in Seattle, we were renting a house. Every one day, right? Because they must have all hatched.
Came out of nowhere.
In one window, like 40 of them, like on the window.
Yes.
And I'm like, there's no way that this is coming from like just open windows and
no,
doors.
Exactly. It took me a minute to figure out.
Yeah.
I was like, I just killed one.
Yeah.
I killed another. Oh my God, there's 5.
So this was before we had that buzzer thing, you know, that tennis racket. Oh my God, you must be so good at that because you're good at tennis.
That's why we actually we got one and we were so excited.
Yeah.
We were like reading the reviews,
good at it.
The thrilling feeling you get when you zap one. I'm like, but then there's a smell too. Like, ooh.
I know.
Burnt smell.
But
they're called cluster flies.
They're called cluster flies, and they're coming. They're wintering in your house in vents.
Yes,
and they come up through the vents.
Disgusting.
Search for the light, and we had to like treat our house because our landlord like wouldn't believe us. I'm like, I'm telling you, this is not normal.
It is the creepiest thing,
and I've never experienced. that.
It was my and I think Adonis was gone, and I was so fucking creeped out. It feels like a horror movie because they don't buzz like normal.
Didn't you feel so itchy?
Yeah,
and I felt feverish.
Like this. What is that scary movie? Is it like Crows? I don't know.
Oh, birds?
Yeah. It had that weird...
Those flies.
All of a sudden... And especially because you just killed 10 and then there's more.
Yes.
And you're like, what's happening?
Yeah. And you pretty much, you just have to kill them off, right?
Yeah. I ended up killing them all. And I did have the fly racket and I was going to town.
But it's gross because you have to pick them all up.
Pick them up and I flushed it down the toilet.
Oh.
It's nasty.
It's so gross.
But they're big. Like drunk.
They're big and fat and slow.
And they're slow.
Yeah.
It's the most weird... It's creepy.
It is so creepy. But yeah, you're not the first person.
I am shocked that you know about it.
Oh, because I've experienced it and it was so gross. It was so
I love
gross.
how I tell you what I think is crazy and you're always like, oh, yes. Do you realize? So, and then there are other things that I tell you when I don't expect a response when you're like, ugh. Like when I tell you about this guy that's annoying and you're like, ugh. I could never. And I'm like, wow, like it's always unexpected. I mean,
you'll tell me like a crazy story about a person and I'm like, yeah, I can see that. I'm not surprised.
Yeah, you're always like, yes, I know the ugly of humanity. I've seen it all.
But then you'll tell me something annoying and I'm so annoyed. I don't know, that to me that's like more annoying than because it has to do with the way like their personality versus like, like a crazy situation.
And and you're usually so poised that you're very collected. But I remember, that there was that guy that I was telling you about and you're like, your eyes started twitching like
he started breathing faster.
Like, oh. You're like, oh, I'm so irritated. I was like, Jane, I've never seen this side of you. You must have experienced because it was instant trigger. Something that I said about this guy. He was very pompous. He was full of himself.
Yeah, I can't really stand got the under your skin. No. Yeah, I can't stand
Have
that.
you experienced someone that I imagine it was like a workplace thing.
Oh yeah, I have. And it's just like I'm done. Yeah. It happened a lot in the workplace, for sure. I mean, you work in TV, they're all like divas and like male diva, like, yeah.
I can't. This is why I can't. Adonis says that's why I can't work. Because I can't work amongst people and shut the fuck up. I can't hide my disgust.
Yeah. I think I can work now. I mean, I think with age, it's like you care less.
You do?
Yeah, you do.
I do care less. But when
yeah.
somebody irks me, I can't be around them. Like, so you know, I'm like, I could reconcile this with this person. And then just their image comes up in my head and I'm like, my face starts twitching. I'm like, ugh. Like, I do not want to be around that.
Yeah.
I have such a visceral reaction. Does that make me a bad person?
No. No.
Jane, you are so good to me. Everybody get a friend like Jane who believes that you are good no matter how horrible you are. I feel like I could like call you and be like, Jane, I just murdered someone. You'd be like, that's okay. You are going to be my alibi. Has Ben ever said something to you where you're like, that's questionable?
That's a broad question.
You know what? Actually, like, I can't. I'm not going to share the story. You know what? I'm going to pivot. I'm going to tell you a different story that I thought was hilarious. So the Saturday, I told you, I kind of got like, I didn't want to go out. And so my solution was like, people were asking me like, oh my God, it's my birthday. What are we going to do? And I'm like, I don't know. It's your birthday. What are you going to do? And then another person's like, I passed my citizenship test. I passed my citizenship test. What are we going to do? I'm like, I don't know. You did that, not me. But I had all these people that wanted to go out. And I was like, I can't. I don't want to go out. I just want to be home. So I decided
I feel that so
will
much.
throw. But I had to ask my husband.
I'm surprised that you did that though.
Because I don't want to be out, and I'm gonna be expected to be out, and I knew I couldn't get out of it.
See, but you're a good person. You are a good person.
Well, so no, because
you're throwing them a party.
I know, I'm so dumb. So I asked my husband, because you know who my husband is, like super introverted.
Yeah, you have to check with him. Like, I did.
You so I said to him,
open?
I said, hey, we could go out or we could stay in, but I'd have to host it. What do you want to do? Like, but if we go out, then it's going to be like far out. It won't be like, nothing's close to us. So that's far out versus we stay home, but we're going to have to host. And then he wrote, either is fine.
Aww,
I was like,
so
okay.
nice. Yeah.
So then I thought I get to choose. So then I said, so then this, I said, okay. I just said, okay. And then today I gave him the update. Like, so Saturday, we're throwing a party. He's like, what? I was like, you said either is fine. And he said, but I thought you would choose right. I was like, what? He goes, I thought you knew the answer. I was like, you are just trying to look like the good guy. You should have just told me what you wanted. He's like, you know how they are. They don't leave.
Oh, Adonis. I feel him. I feel that 100%. I can relate.
I know. And I was like, I gave you the choice. Yeah. This is what you get for saying either is fine. He's like, but you know. And I'm like, oh. And then I said, honey, but if we went far, it'd be far. It'd be like, we live in Issaquah. We live like, it would be like deep to the Linwood. And he was like, yes, all the more reason for us to leave early.
Yeah.
The way his brain works is, I'm like, this is on you. This is not on me.
Yeah.
I got the, and also it's like a broad group of people that have been wanting to hang out.
Okay.
And I'm like, I can throw.
You do it once and then it's good. Done. You're good for a long time.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what I was thinking. But he's all like,
smart.
And yet, he always has fun.
Oh, good.
And he says, he eye rolls and all that. But he
says by himself, or you have to ask him, did you have fun? And he'll say, yeah.
Yes. I mean, because, ultimately, he says, life is never boring with you. So
if that was a period, I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Really? Yeah. Life is never boring.
He does. Yes. So he went to Austin he had a work trip. And I went to Austin with him the last time. But this other, he got sent back there again, and he was like, I was like, how was your trip? And he was like, boring.
Oh, because you weren't there.
Yeah. And I was like, Exactly. I make him do shit,
Yeah.
right? He hates it, but ultimately,
Yes.
he looks back on it.
Yeah.
It was a good time. You know, it wasn't the worst.
That's why you guys work.
I think so, because if I let him just be comfortable in his ways, we would be doing nothing. And we need to be doing shit.
Yeah.
But I also get tired too. I think we have a good combination. And this is what was funny when my brother-in-law, like, he can't be with anyone. And and I said, "What are you looking for in a girl?" And he goes, "Someone who can go out, but also wants to be a homebody." I'm like, okay,
someone who can go out.
That is extreme. But then I think, that is us.
I can go out.
We
but
go out.
I also need to recharge.
Yeah, we
for twice as long as I've been out.
Yeah, exactly. And once I do this, then he's gonna have a long window of doing nothing.
Yes,
we get out of doing nothing for a while. So this gets, and then in July we're gonna be gone a whole month.
That's true.
So this way I can say, like, hey.
I mean, I'm already getting the social anxiety of summer.
There's no
like
excuse,
when you see everybody
when the
that you
weather
haven't
gets
been
good,
able
you're
to see.
expected to be out. You're expected to be, especially in your neighborhood, your rich neighborhood, where people are always out doing shit.
Yeah.
That
but we
sign
don't
was real.
It's not with the neighborhood because the people who live in the neighborhood, they're all gone to their second residences.
Oh my God, to their
second homes.
I know.
And they're talking about like moving their boat and stuff. I'm like, okay, I'm out. I'm out of this conversation.
Oh Lord! You know what was funny? I am like, we are humbled. My husband pointed out, like, oh, look at that car dragging the boat, and the kids were like, oh my God, look at that boat. And then he's like, we will never have a boat because boats are expensive and hard to take care of.
It's true.
Like, that's the lesson.
Yeah. We will never have a boat.
You pointed out the boat just to say that shit to our kids.
That's funny.
But I would never get a boat if we had
money.
No,
never.
It's so much hassle, so much work. But yeah. Do you really have social anxiety right now? Is it brewing?
No, it's not brewing. It's just like in the back of my mind. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's June. Tomorrow is June. And then the weeks are just going to fly by. Like the weekends.
It really does.
Yeah.
Like,
the weeks are limited.
And that's why, you know what, Jane? I am satisfied with my life. And I know you are too. We both have the potential to be somebody.
And potential means nothing.
You have the it factor of being the Connie Chung of our time. You have the poise.
That would make my grandpa so disappointed.
Why?
Oh, because he's been waiting for years for me to get back into it.
Why would it make him disappointed?
Oh, to hear you say that, because he would say, "Yeah, I know."
Oh, I know. No. But unlike your grandfather, I'm not disappointed. It makes me realize you're like me, because I feel not to be tooting my own horn, but I do feel I have a thing that when I walk in the room, I can level up a room.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Instantaneously, I know I can. That's why I'm very requested at parties.
Yes, you are.
That's why I'm asked out all the time. I'm like, I'm too tired.
I know.
Okay, I know I bring something, right? I could have been not as great as Margaret Cho, but the newer, like, lesser dollar store version of Margaret Cho out there, But I don't have the hustle desire. Because I am so content. And I know you are content.
Yeah.
We are content at home.
Yeah.
And we have a lovely, I know you know this, and Ben's probably going to love the shout out we need to give to him, but our husbands worship the grounds we walk on. Does he not? Yeah, he does. I see him do it. You know what I realized when I was like trying to give him props? I was like, Ben 진짜 의사네, dentist. Oh my God, look at Ben. Like, no wonder he got Jane. And then he said, she was with me before I became a doctor. Like, he was like,
it's true.
She chose me even before I became a doctor.
There was no guarantee that this was going to happen.
There was no way he was going to actually follow. You didn't know for certainty.
Yeah.
I know plenty of people who went the doctor path and didn't. And he was like so quick to point out to me, this woman was the real deal. This woman chose me when I was a nobody. And I was like, oh.
That's so funny.
Yeah, and because we have that security at home, but it makes us like no Yeochin. No, we don't have that keeping up with the Joneses, like desire to be famous or desire to be known.
Well, I think I have to remember that every time because I think that temptation is always
our
there.
Society, because our society
that
pushes
greed
it.
or like that Yeokshim creeping up.
Yeah, because everywhere you look, that's what society praises. But I don't know. I mean, I'm getting better at recognizing, you know what? I think my husband said something, real rich is not needing anything.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? As long as my children are healthy and good and my husband we're like locked in like we are.
Yeah.
I cannot ask. I feel kind of almost to a point I'm like, I can't ask for more. I feel this is what I dreamed of.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we have it.
Yeah. You're right.
That's why we're going to be nobody's making a podcast together
That
forever.
is just fine with me.
That works for us. Reply, Yeochin. Tell your friends.